Tammy C. Walker, owner of Dreams Are a Reality. This channel is all about light and love. I created this channel to help others find their best self. You deserve the business that you want. You deserve the career that you want. You deserve the relationship, the marriage. You deserve the body that you want, the mental health that you want, the physical health that you want. Do not let anyone tell you you do not deserve that, because you do. Hit that like button and hit subscribe if this is the type of information that you enjoy hearing and seeing. Recently, I was called passive, and I love it. This video is all about how to be your authentic self. One thing about me, my boundaries are top notch, and I'm not bragging at all. It's just something I incorporated from my late dad. My late dad was no nonsense, a burly, big African American. I always say black because that's how we said it back in the 70s. Big black guy from Mobile, Alabama. He was a kind soul, but if you met him, he had a heavy, heavy voice. He was very quiet, but very stern. But deep inside, my dad was a teddy bear. And as I got older, I learned how sweet he really was. He was always a good person, that was no doubt, but he scared me a little bit. I was intimidated. So as I grew up, how was I? Kind of chipper, a little bit introverted at times, but a pretty friendly young lady. And as I entered the workforce, I was confronted 5 times or more by white males. They were my managers, and they would be screaming at me or talking down to me. And every time I told them, you are not to ever speak to me like that again. You don't talk to me like that. And that's who I am. I don't have a lot of drama in my life. I treat others the way I want to be treated. And I speak my mind, but I try to speak it with love. I try not to. I don't never want to come off perfect on this channel, but I try to conduct myself as a person that leads with love. So as a school counselor, I'm with teen girls all day, during the day. And I'm in an inner city school, so they go through a lot at home. Their parents may be on drugs. They may be incarcerated. They are incarcerated because they've told me. They're estranged. They go through a lot. And I hear the security guards hollering at them at school. My approach, I don't like to holler and scream. It's just not effective. I'll say what I got to say and leave it alone. I'm a lot of things, but I'm actually not passive. So I really took offense to that comment. But what I learned was everything is not for everybody. And my approach is the Tammy Sharice Walker approach. I cannot be fake. I would never show up at a job, show up in a friendship, show up in my love relationship as a fake. I can only be who I am, and I'm proud of that woman. I'm proud of her. I'm the type, if I feel like something isn't for me, I bow out gracefully. And when you resign from positions or resign from a board that you may chair, be a chair, what am I trying to say? Like, if you're on the board and, you don't feel that that board no longer serves you. If you are at a church, this happened to me, and it's ran its course. I don't feel like regret over stuff like that. Everything is not for everybody. It's a time and a place for everything. And sometimes that season is up. You never know if you're good at something if you never try. Nothing beats a failure but a try. My sweet late mother-in-law used to always say that. Don't ever let anyone put a label on you. I remember being in therapy years ago, and this one lady told me, you are afraid of commitment. The lady who was with my ex-husband, 5 years dating, 6 years married, and my last relationship lasted, 9+ years, and I'm afraid of commitment. So don't let anyone say that. That was the absolute opposite of me. Don't let anyone say anything to you that does not resonate with you. And they could say it, but you don't accept it, reject it, return the sender. If someone calls you a grape, are you a grape or are you still who you are? So being called passive, it was just intriguing to me. And it was almost humorous because I'm the total opposite. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I am passive aggressive, but I'm not passive when it comes to my students. The reason why I'm that way when they come into my classroom is because they have been through so much trauma. I want them to feel safe in my classroom, in my space. But it's all good because it's an epiphany for me. And I will continue to show up every day as my authentic self. What about you? Are you truly showing up as your authentic self? In your friendships, are you saying, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that? If they pick a restaurant you know you don't like, are you comfortable saying, no, I don't eat that type of food? Always speak your mind. If a friend offends you, speak your mind and say, no, that's not true. You know, you don't have to go off on people. In your love life, if your husband, if your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner, if they disrespect you or say something you don't agree with, are you showing up and saying, no, that's not true? I tell you what I learned though. I am going to have a heart to heart with my students, and we will be redoing the rules of my space, my classroom. And when they come into that room going forward, they will be treating that space with respect. And I don't have to do that in a mean manner. That's not Tammy Sharice Walker. I'll do it in my calm, relaxed voice that I use with everyone. And guess what? I'll get the same results that someone that feels they have to berate them will get. I'll get the same results that someone that feels like they're going to pump their chest and say, oh, I'm the manager or I'm the teacher, I'm this. You don't have to treat people like that. Back in when I was interning, I had a client, one of my most difficult clients. She had schizophrenia and bipolar. She was an Indian lady, maybe in her late 20s, sweet as cherry pie. But she was manic sometimes, and she came off, I guess, intimidating to the other interns. Um, of course, she got linked with me. One of our managers, she said, Tammy, I think you would do well with her. She was into the women of color. She linked, I guess she admired women of color because she's Indian. And she was into Christianity. Um, she was into a few things. I believe choir, if I'm not mistaken. So long story short, I became her counselor. I would do some in-home visits. I would sit at the table with her, help her with her homework. I went to her school, advocated for her because she needed special assistance due to her, her bipolar and her mental health disorder. And I advocated for her. I rallied for her. So my coworkers, other interns, they were like, Tammy, like probably three of them walked up to me and were like, how do you deal with her? She's a lot. And I told them I deal with her just like I deal with you, with respect. And I formed a bond with her. I still think about her to this day. And it kind of bothers me that, people, they treated her a little bit like she was an outcast because she had a mental disorder or because she came off a little intimidating. Is that how we should treat each other? Show up as your authentic self. You will always sleep well at night. You will have peace. You will be empowered. You will wear a smile. You will feel good about yourself. And do not let anyone label you as anything that you're not. You own who you are. You own your characteristics. If it's a situation where you need to change things up or become flexible or adapt a little better, we can do that, but always be the essence of who you are. That's the beauty of being an individual, the beauty of being a fierce woman, the beauty of being a strong man. It's the beauty of being you. That's all I got. I could talk about this all day, honestly, because that's near and dear to my heart. But I will let you all go. Thank you for always supporting me, and I'll be back soon. Bye bye.